Hi, my name is Luke Skippy Harbur, and I am giving an hour-long family-friendly performance on September 18th at Oppenstein Park in Kansas City, Missouri, on behalf of Art in the Loop. Here's a little bit about myself. My name is Luke Skippy Harbur. People know me as Skippy, and my project is called Music by Skippy. I make all kinds of shows and songs for all kinds of people. In fact, I've made over 60 songs in the last 2 years. I'm a professional beatboxer, the guy that goes boots and cats, like, and even outside of work, I'm just obsessed with the arts. I can't help it. Like some of my hobbies include seeing other live shows. I'm a very active guy. I'm kind of like just like a monkey limber dude. So I love to do kickboxing fitness. I really like movement classes. I'm someone who goes on walks almost every day while listening to some of my favorite music podcasts. Basically, if you meet someone like me, and you're not someone who's really into the arts or appreciates the arts, we might have problems communicating and getting along, but I won't hold that against you, of course. I think I'm a pretty cool, nice guy. Here's the meaning behind Music by Skippy and the work that I do. I try to be a mission driven artist. So, my goal when you come to a show is to celebrate identities that are similar or different than you and also combat isolation culture. I think with how much technology has influenced us and honestly how cheap it is to do some kind of subscription service like HBO or Hulu or Netflix, it's very easy for us to get insular, stay inside, and stay in an echo chamber of our thoughts with how much we scroll. So I want to be the exact opposite of that behavior. I want to get you out to a show, engage with you for a full hour to 2 hours, meet new people so that ultimately despite our differences that we see and experience constantly in humanity, Music by Skippy is a safe haven to be yourself and to expand who you are and what you do. So, what does Convivencia mean to me as a performer? I think Music by Skippy is all about the word, translating to coexistence. I try to bring all kinds of different people to my different shows in order to see how and why human beings are so similar and how we struggle, how we do or don't feel emotions, how we taboo or don't taboo certain topics. What I do is very theatrical, right? And I think some of the best musicals, plays, and creative works showcase the power of diversity being on one stage. So, coexistence to me is really about how and why our differences in humanity can be shown through a similar lens on stages, through music, heck, even through things like poetry, and it can translate to anywhere in the world. So you might be wondering, how do I even apply Convivencia to my piece in the work that I do? So I explained in some ways, I am a mission driven artist. I like to celebrate identity and combat isolation culture, right? But within my shows, that is so tangible through some of these following examples. I will probably bring someone up on stage and I will serenade them in front of everybody when I do my show. I will make up a song on the spot based on an audience suggestion by combining a synth machine, a loop machine, my beatboxing, and even maybe some instrumentals that I'll have ready to go. So coexistence will literally be created by audience recommendation and suggestion. That shows to me, especially as a performer, that if I'm deeply listening to you, that if I'm really engaged with you, we can create art quite literally together. So you might be wondering why I even decided to apply for Art in the Loop. It's funny, I wanted to apply much earlier for this program, but I just felt like one, I wasn't professionally ready enough, and two, the themes that would be brought out annually, I didn't fully connect with them like I wanted to. When I saw that Convivencia coexistence was this year's theme, it just resonated with what my mission is as an artist so much. And now that I'm going to be a full-time performer coming up in November 2024, that really gave me a sense of professional readiness. So a combination of knowing I fit with the theme, knowing that ultimately I've had enough experience to be ready for this kind of opportunity, and getting to be out in Kansas City, Missouri in general for free art based on funding from someone else who really believes in it. I just think there's so much marriage to all of that, and how when we create art ultimately to enrich society and enrich our community, that only makes life easier and better. A feeling that I really miss is that feeling of invincibility when you're a little kid. As I continue my freelance journey and really dive even deeper to becoming a full-time performer and producer, you kind of feel the weight of the world sometimes because it can get really difficult in this kind of field. So I have to recreate that feeling of invincibility as best as I can, especially when times get hard. And I think that is the merits of being an adult and having a big imagination. You can keep pushing yourself to those kinds of places if you really, really try. The most unexplainable thing that has ever happened to me is one time I was on tour with Ithaca College's a cappella group called Ithacapella, all male identifying. And we actually sang the national anthem at a New York Knicks game in New York City. So tens of thousands of people were there. It was an amazing experience. I was able to get into this game with my friend Ian Goodman. And the only thing I can share because it's so unexplainable is we met these two New Yorkers named Venny and Polly. And they first off had so much money because they were like inheritors of this big stock market exchange program, but they were PE teachers before they retired. And they took Ian and I out to dinner just because they wanted to. And they were really nice. And it was really confusing to experience the Midwestern kind niceties from very New York talking and cultured people. That was one of the weirdest nights of my life. If you have enjoyed listening to these lovely rambles and tangents about me, you are welcome to follow me in two different ways. If you want to follow me on social media, all you have to do is type in Music by Skippy, all is one word, on any social media platform. I pop right up, and you're looking for a little logo that's smiling and waving at you. And if you want to listen to my 60 plus songs at this point, you do the same thing. Search Music by Skippy on your preferred music streaming or purchasing platform. All 61 songs that I have out now pop right up. One listen, one follow ultimately helps my career in all different ways. So thanks in advance for your support. And I really, really hope I get to see you for my Art in the Loop performance.